if you work in some companies, some old structure, they are working on web development, Android development, all these things. These things have become very common and the technology is too much saturated. So, although there is a scope of exploration, there is a scope of innovation, but but the opportunities are less. Okay, you have to nurture yourself too much. You have to upgrade your skills at a very different scale. Then only you can reach there. Okay, where you will create any kind of breakthrough or innovation in those basic areas. But AI and blockchain, AI blockchain, I can talk about these two things only. Especially, I have expertise in AI because I am chief AI scientist in this company, and my core expertise is in the area of artificial intelligence. So I can talk about it only. And I have less idea about blockchain, but since I live in the ecosystem where AI and blockchain applications are developing, developers are discussing on day-to-day basis. I am attending the meetings, I am developing the architecture. So I understand that basic terminology, but if someone will ask me about the deep down concept of the different topologies or architectures of blockchain, then sorry, I can't explain. But yeah, I can discuss the breadth as well as the depth of the artificial intelligence. And AI is everywhere. If we talk about the industries, if we talk about the supply chain systems, if we talk about healthcare, logistics, we talk about automobile, aviation, you talk about the scientific softwares, you talk about system softwares, you talk about web applications, you talk about gaming softwares, you talk about military softwares, you talk about basically educational based softwares. So you will find AI everywhere. Okay, everywhere AI is present. And the second point is that all the companies who don't have the capabilities of AI at this point of time, they are making small teams. Because I am watching IT world very closely. Okay, because I am in the ecosystem. To be in the market, there is very famous quote in the market: so you can't be stationary. Either you fall down or you will move up. So it's better to move up. So what does it mean? It means that if you want to survive in the market, in the industry, I'm talking at the level of company, then you have to be aware what your competitors are doing, what the market, where the market is moving. If you are not upgrading yourself as per the market requirement, as per the need of the market, then you will no more in the market. Okay, you may sustain for one year, 2 year, 3 year, but after that your products will be outdated and customers will throw out your project because other companies and startups are coming out with very fast pace. So this is all about as I was discussing about the applications of AI. AI can be applied in different fields, in different areas, and I can bet that think any area. Okay, I can give you the application of AI. So whatever you can think, AI will be there in a way or other way. AI will be there. So there is no doubt about it. That's why you are also, because you are doing your undergraduate program or integrated program, whatever it is. All universities, any local university in India or reputed institutes like your university, IITs, NITs, or if you talk about the world-class universities like MIT, Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, NTU, they all have started AI-based course. Even in India, most of the IITs have started MTech in AI, BA, MBA and BPA. These are integrated analytics-based programs. So all universities have started this program because they have also understood the need of artificial intelligence, the need of blockchain in current scenario. And this is the future, basically. This is the future. So my point is that, so what we have understood that AI is everywhere. So how can we start? This is the second question. How can you start as a student? Okay, I can tell you thousands of applications. I have worked on 15 to 20 applications. Okay, and during the practice, because before joining this company, I was in some different space where I was doing research in artificial intelligence. So basically, I'm a researcher. Then I turned up into a scientist, leading a team. So AI is development plus research. If I talk about Android development, if I talk about basically web development and the normal things, development actually overpass. Okay, there is no very less magnitude of research. But if I talk about artificial intelligence, then research magnitude is more. And remember one point: if you are touching the creative words of mankind, that is research, then you will be highly paid in the market. If whatever you know everyone knows about it, then there is no value. Okay, remember this point. If you know how to print values in Python, how to uh, add or delete elements from array, how to do the normal stack or linked list operations, if all the students in your class know the same thing, or in the market every student at your level knows the same thing, then you have no value. Every time this world is very, very highly competitive, so you have to do something different. Okay, or you have to enhance your skills, okay, as per the market requirement. So these kind of talks are very, very important from industry, where you understand the need, where you understand the gap, and you can cover the gaps as well. So as I was talking about my company, that our company comes in the bracket that is product development. So with startup, when we talk about the startup, then because you are in MBA college or BBA, you are doing BBA plus MBA, I think. So startups, basically, there is very different culture of a startup. Okay, this is, I think all of you understand the feeling and the energy of entrepreneurs. Okay, so when I joined this company 2 years back, it was not in very good condition. Books, account books were positive. The company was not in loss, but the profit was not too much. The turnover was not in millions. Okay, the turnover was nominal, but now within 2 years, the company is doing really well. We have our very, very strong presence in US, very, very strong presence in Philippines, very strong presence in Dubai, because our products are running in Dubai, Philippines, and US. So how did we break the ice? How did we attain this milestone? The primary reason is, the first point is the mission and vision of our founders. Second point, the values, the strength of our team, the hard work of our team. So these two things are very important. And on the top of it, your idea. Okay, your idea is important, what you actually want to deploy, what you actually want to deliver or attain. So the primary point is idea, second point is the mission and vision of founders, third point is the team strength. This company started with 3 members. Okay, sorry, 4 members, out of which 3 were founders and 1 was employed 4 years back. Okay, so who were the founders? Let me tell something about them. There are 3 founders in this company. Okay, the first founder is serial entrepreneur, Mr. Vikas Pandey. Okay, he has 3 to 4 companies. So he also fed up with the conventional business. So he want to do something exciting in life. In 40 plus, he want to explore something new. So he jumped into this area. The second founder is Mr. Kamal Arora. He was ex-Tesla. He worked in Tesla prior to starting his own business. He has spent around 18 years in Silicon Valley. And third one is has worked in Google. And the first employee was from IIT Delhi. Second year student, BTech, physics branch. Can you think, if a student of second year doing physics, studying about astronomy, studying about Heisenberg uncertainty, studying about the relativity, jumped into coding. And how did they search that student? That is another question. And they formed some very small team, out of which three were founders, okay, and one external agency, one external employee, and that is also a student of second year, no experience of development, nothing. But one thing was common: passion to do. And they have also understood, after doing 16, 17, 18 years of job, they have understood that if they will do something for themselves, so it will glorify in different sense. So that's why one or two of them left their job, one from Tesla, second from Google, and the third one left his academics for 1 year. He took leave for 1 year from IIT Delhi. Okay, now he has joined again. For 1 year he worked full time with us, with this company. And at that time I was doing full time research. Okay, so I was professor in one college of UP. So I was providing consultancy to this company at that time. So I was passively connected to. I was passively connected to this company. Okay, so in a way I can say that I am one of the core members, one of the members who started, who contributed to this company from inception. So that's how the journey of Shiny Advanced Technology started. And in 4 years, I can't express my happiness. Okay, it's where we started and now currently where we are. From very small part of India to everywhere in major countries we have reached. From London, I said we have office, and in 3 countries we have very strong presence. So how did we entrepreneurship? So all of you, some of you may think about the entrepreneurship, but the journey is not as easy as I explained it. There are so many hurdles, obstacles, but if you are passionate enough, if you really want to achieve the goal, then definitely you can do it. So what I told you, the first point is the idea. Your idea must be unique, because without good idea you can't do anything. Second point is the mission and vision of the founding team. And third point is the good team members. Okay, so if you have these three things, definitely you can excel. And I'm talking from business side. If you want to start your own business, especially in the AI ML and emerging technology space, so this is the scenario in the market. These things, okay, other things you can study in books, you can get from anywhere, okay, but the experience that I have, okay, that I am sharing is very much valuable, I think, because at this age, at your age, I don't have idea about all these things. I don't know how to register a company. I don't know how to raise fund. I don't know how to create the pitch deck. I don't know anything. And when I don't know, after completing my graduation, my post graduation, even I was about to complete my doctoral degree, still I don't know about these things. But I was lucky enough. I was at right place at right time, and this is how destiny works. I got good opportunity, and I excelled from there. Okay, so let me tell you about the products. So I need not to tell about the industries where can we create the impact. So it's everywhere. So what are the products in 4 years? So we worked on so many things, but as you can see on the screen, we have four major products. The first one is Authx, AUTHX. Second one is Attendex. Third one is Certex, and fourth one is SecureX. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are our four basically products. In 4 years, we have four products. Okay. So again, now we have the team size of around 30. Okay, from 3 to 30. But each and every candidate is one is equal to 100, I will say, because our selection process is totally different. We don't need average person. We don't need average student. We need someone who has a spark in his eyes, who just want to change the course of time, who just want to, who wants to create some kind of impact in the society and world. That kind of personality will be fitted in our company. Okay, then only we can be best in the world. Okay, you have also heard about some great companies like DeepMind, OpenAI. So DeepMind, Google acquired DeepMind. Why? DeepMind was a startup, but Google acquired DeepMind. What was the reason? Few guys, created something. Even Google noticed it and invested in the company. So remember one point. So innovation is not the property of Google or Microsoft or any big company. Innovation can be anywhere. Innovation can be at your university. Innovation can be in your hostel. But do you have that kind of aptitude? That point is important. Do you really have the quest of finding unknown? Do you really want to jump into unknown? So if you will not jump into unknown, you will never realize the wonders. You will never find something beautiful. Okay, because the unknown, the new magic is behind the unknown, and everyone fears. Everyone has fear about unknown. Okay, no one wants to try something different. Everyone wants campus placement. Everyone wants to solve some aptitude questions, crack the round one, some fixed coding pattern, crack the round two, and want to enter into the company. No one wants to take the risk of some different type. Some students are taking, but again, the success varies because due to lack of experience, most of the startups, around 99.5% startup fails in first or second year. Because due to lack of experience, they start something, they don't know how to scale, they don't know how to create the pitch deck, they don't know how to raise the fund, and things don't work in proper manner. But you have to jump into unknown. That's the philosophy of life. If you really want to do wonder, if you really want to reach at some point where your presence in this world will be not noticed after your lifespan, then you have to really jump into unknown. And currently, I think you are just on LinkedIn and Facebook. You are saying that the Nobel Prize series is running on. They are different in different fields. Experts are getting, scientists are getting Nobel Prize. So you must hear their speech. You must hear their life stories, and you must actually see then how did they reach at that point. So these kind of stories will motivate you. Not only motivate you, but you will think that how can we reach at that point, because all of you can reach at that point. As per my opinion, all of you have the potential. All of us have the potential. Whosoever is listening to me, all of, including me, all of us have the potential to reach at some point. Okay, but we should try. Okay, we should try. On when you will explore the things, you will find there are endless opportunities. Still, if you read the newspapers, if you watch the news, you always listen there is a high unemployment, sorry, in the country. Students are dying, there are no jobs. But I have just seen the reverse thing in Gurgaon. I'm sitting in Gurgaon. I am just looking at different scenarios. There are so many jobs, but the students are unable to crack the interviews. Even in Gurgaon, there are n number of jobs. In LinkedIn, you search jobs in Gurgaon, jobs in Bangalore, jobs in India. Search on LinkedIn, there are thousands of jobs. But again, jobs are coming, same advertisement is coming 10 times. But the capability, but the skills are less. The students are unable to crack the interview. So you have to enhance your skills. So opportunities will be there. Opportunities will remain there. And if you have enhanced your skills, if you have crossed the threshold, so you will create the opportunity. If there will be no opportunity in the market, then you yourself will do something that will create a new path. Okay, so remember this point. So these points are important that I experienced in my journey, in my last 8 years of experience, including teaching plus industry. I experienced and totally I also transformed from my thinking transformed, my thought process transformed, and not only business tycoons, researchers, scientists motivated me, but my students motivated me. So before my developers motivated me. Still in my team there are 5 to 6 AI developers. They also motivate me. They do extremely. They are extremely hard working. They have very high quality. They have very high quality. They are very good coders. So their coding style motivates me. They sit around 8 to 10 hours in front of laptops, screens, and they work hard. They code. They keep on coding. Sometimes error comes. They debug the error. Sometimes they cry, celebrate, but they never say no. They never say it's not possible. Every time they do effort and deliver the product. So they motivate me. My developers motivates me. Not only my seniors from Tesla and Googlers are motivating me. My developers are motivating me. Previously, my students motivated me. Okay, some of my students. Okay, there is one company. I think their name is Pesto. Pesto. Pesto is a very big company. Pesto. It's a startup. It's still a startup, but the turnover is very high. Pesto. So this was my student from. I was in one college. So this was my student. Founder of this company was my student. So he dropped college in second year and started this company. 8 to 10 students have started. Of my students have started the company, and they are in different space of Bangalore and Gurgaon and Noida, etc. Okay. So what have I seen in 8 years? There are two category of the students. Okay, but I will just talk about the 0.01%. Okay, the top 1% category. Okay, so those kind of students have different kind of perception. But I also feel fascinated. Sometimes I ask them how do you manage all these things? Because some students are managing, some students were managing gate classes and this that, and they crack government exams. Some of them become PCS officer and all these things. So there was some common points among these students. The first point was all of them were highly motivated. There was high cohesiveness and low coupling. So these are two important properties, cohesiveness and coupling. So they were single-minded. Cohesiveness means they were single-minded. Single-minded means they were highly focused towards their goal. Less coupling, no, least involvement in extra activities, least involvement in gossips. They were only totally absorbed in their goal, and they attained it. In front of my eyes, some students came from rural background. They even can't speak English and cannot write English. They came to me, sir, okay, we are from Hindi background and we can't survive. Those kind of students transform into BCS. Some cracked GATE and IUCL. They are working, and even they are in my contract. Even my developers, one developer left our company few days back, and he is moving to US because he got selected in Microsoft. But do you want to know what he said in his basically farewell? Because of this company, because of this environment, I cultivated the skills, and now I'm in Microsoft. I am moving to Microsoft with more than 1 CR plus package he has currently. In Microsoft is giving one CR plus package to him. So the environment is important, the culture is important, but you have to pay to reach there. You have to pay to live in that kind of environment. If you want to be in Microsoft, Amazon, in top world class companies or in world class or best startups, then you have to pay. You have to burn yourself. Without burning yourself, nothing will come. And the discipline is very important. Hard work, perseverance, tenacity, discipline. These words are important, not just for singing them, but we have to live with these qualities, with these virtues. Okay, so but that's very tough. That's very tough actually. That's why only few. We have 10 to 15 engineers, but only one engineer moved out. Okay, all of them are working with us, but one moved out. Say all of have the same, but he was doing something different. Okay. Okay. Apart from these success stories and motivational songs, okay, kind of songs. Okay, these are our products: Orthox, Attendex, Certex, and SecureX. So one junior candidate who was BTech pass out, he suggested these names. So we found it good and named our product as per his recommendation. So he is passed out from one private college, Galgotias University, but after that he moved to China for internship of 6 months in some university there. He did very good work in medical imaging, and that's why we selected him. Okay, his work motivated. His work was very good and was relating to our one of the project that we had at that time. So what is this? The number one product Orthox that we developed. So this is our patented proprietary technology Orthox. So this is basically the blockchain platform. On the top of it, we can develop so many blockchain based applications. So we have developed one application using this platform, that is the onboarding app. Onboarding app. So what is onboarding app? So for example, if you go to the bank, then what happens? If you want to open an account, then you need Aadhaar card, you need PAN card, okay? You need one passport photo, you have to put your signature, and then you have to fill one form, your address, all these things. And this process will take around 1 to 2 hours, because you will fill the form, you will collect all these things, and you will be onboarded. Nowadays, some online video-based KYC techniques have been developed by Kotak Mahindra Bank, and some banks are doing it. But this is the normal procedure if you want to open an account. So what we did, we developed an onboarding application and mobile app. So what can you do when you enter into the app? You will sign in there. Okay. After signing there, what will you do? You will just show your face. Okay, sorry. First of all, you will just click the photo of your Aadhaar card, PAN card, or passport. Then what will happen? Automatically, your details will be extracted. So what are the details present in the passport? Your name, your address, your passport number, passport expiry date, your date of birth. So all these details will be extracted and auto-filled in the software. Okay. So how are we doing this? Because we are using the OCR technology, optical character recognition. Again, this is a part of the artificial intelligence. So the first part is we will extract the details and it will be auto-filled. So user intervention will not be there. Okay, you need not to do anything. Just click the photo and your details will be there. So we are providing the better user experience. After that, you have to show your face. Okay, and when you will show your face, then our AI will work there and will check whether you are live or not. So what does it mean? Suppose I got your passport from any source. I clicked your passport and I somehow I managed your photograph and I just show your photograph in front of the app. Then what will it do? You will be onboarded in the application. So because what our application is doing, our application matches the real face with the face present in the passport, Aadhaar card, or PAN card. So whenever the face matching will happen, so what does it mean? What it means that you are the authorized person who provided your identity document, and you came in front of the application, you showed your face, and we matched your face with the face present in the passport, Aadhaar card, or PAN card, and your identity is validated, and you are in, and you are onboarded. Basically, you are in, and after that, you can do so many things. So, but there is a catch. What is the catch? Suppose I got your photograph and I put your photograph in front of the app, then what will happen? your photograph, the camera will take image of the photograph and it will match with the image present in the passport, Aadhaar or PAN card. Then again the face matching will happen and you will be in. So intruder can enter, okay, intruder can in, intruder can sign in, okay. So what we have done, there is one technique called there is one technique we call it face anti-spoofing. Okay, so in our application, you cannot onboard anyone. No one can move in by just showing the photograph or video or any kind of dummy. You have to be there. And how did they achieve it? That's the different story. That's the pipeline of AI. We trained something and we did so many things. So I will not jump into that because you are from BBA program, so that will be too much technical, okay, to discuss those points. But yes, we attained it. So this is our first application. Okay, sorry, Authorx is the platform, but on the top of it, we created this application, and this application is running well. And we have clients in Dubai, okay, and the application name, we changed the application name. Okay, there are two things. We developed this product for ourselves. Okay, we have already sent this product to Play Store, and we also provide this solution to other companies. So how can we provide this solution to other companies as a white label solution? So we provide this to other companies as a white label solution. Okay. So this was the part number one. Second is the part number two. You can correlate with the second product. This is the attendance. So how do we take your attendance? Suppose I am the faculty, I want to take your attendance. So how will we take? In Microsoft Teams, there is option. I can download the attendance, but there is so many hotpots. Because if your internet connection is low and you leave in midway and again to join, so it will not generate the proper report. So this is about the online classrooms. So pandemic will be over in 6 months because Oxford vaccine will be there, something will be there. So in next semester you will be in your classrooms. So in classrooms, what happens? Faculty comes with the mobile app, then say roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this process takes time, around 10 minutes to 15 minutes. And what happens in 15 minutes? Okay, 15 minutes lecture 1, 15 minutes lecture 2, 15 minutes lecture 3. If we sum up the time, then it is equal to around 2 lectures. It's the wastage of time. But there is no other way we have to do it. Otherwise, how will I, if I am faculty, how will I mark the attendance? Okay. But we developed a product called Attendance. This is again AI-based product. So what are we doing? We will install cameras in every classroom. There will be one CCTV camera in the classroom. Okay, normal camera, 5 megapixel camera. And what will happen? Our camera will take the snaps. Automatically, snaps will be taken by our camera. And what our AI is doing behind the scenes, we are locating the human faces, we are extracting the human faces, and in the database we have the face mapping of all the students. Suppose there are 1,000 students in the OP Jindal University. So at the time of admission, we will onboard you. So we will register your face. Okay, we will register your face in the system, and during your degree program, your details, your facial expressions, your facial features will remain with the university with your consent. And in the classroom, when our CCTV camera will take the snaps of the classroom. So suppose there is a lecture of 60 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour. So we will take multiple snapshots and we will locate the face as well as we will identify the face, and attendance will be marked. And after the lecture, we will develop the app. You will get a notification about your attendance. You can see the attendance into your smartphone. Okay, you can see the attendance. My attendance is marked for lecture 1. For Dr. Sanjeev's lecture, you can find, okay, my attendance has been marked. So this is fantastic project. Faculty intervention, no faculty intervention, no need to say, yes sir, I'm present, okay sir, yes sir. You need not to say all these things. And the time will be saved. Okay, if suppose 15, 15, 50, productivity of lecture will increase, and you can be given one free lecture or some kind of lecture for normal discussions about the recent activities, technology. These kind of things can be done. Okay, if we have extra time, so your university can do something productive for you, or your faculty members or your professors can think about some kind of activities. So this is product number two. And in the Millikan University, the professors highly appreciated our product because you can think Millikan University of US. So even they don't have these kind of facilities. Why? Because AI is emerging, because AI is not web development. It's something different. It will be saturated in next 5, 6, 10 years. But currently our R&D phase is running. Okay, so everyone is looking towards the possibilities. Okay, so this is the second application that we developed. Yeah, there were lots of obstacles while developing this application, because in the classroom it's not easy to extract the face sometimes, because uh, the student who's sitting on the first bench, second bench, it's easy to trace the face, but there is height difference. Again, someone is sitting back. Okay, someone sitting in the back bench. So sometimes the face becomes dull. Sometimes the face becomes blurry. Sometimes there is not proper lighting in the class. Sometimes the weather condition is not good. Some cloudy season is there. So there were so many challenges. But let me tell you frankly that we attained more than 99% accuracy in extremely challenging cases. And this is our proprietary technology. So all these things are happening in AI. Even we are doing it. Okay, so majorly we are working in vision, computer vision. So there are other domains also, like speech, video analytics, self-reinforcement learning. There are some other domains also, but we are working in vision. So this is our second product. Third product is CERTX, CERTX. Okay, so what is this project? What is this product basically now? This is not project, but turned up into project. Uh, Suppose you are working in Infosys, and you got offer from Amazon. So definitely you will leave, because Amazon is far better. Not only because of salary, but because of environment, because of innovation, you will leave. So when you go there and join, then again, how will you onboard there? How will you how what will be your first day? First day you will interact with the head HR or HR. Then again you have to submit your 10th, 12th, graduation, post graduation, doctoral degree, whatever it is, your identity document. Then after that you have to a past company experience letter. You have to show if you have done any trainings, if you have written any patents, research papers, you have won some kind of awards, appreciation letters. So you have to provide all those letters at the time of joining. So it may take 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes it may take one day, and you will start working after that day. So it's the hectic process. This is one example. Second, for example, if you want to, if you are flying to basically uh, Budapest, or for example, I am flying from my Saini office, Gurugram, to my UK London office, and I am staying in a hotel. Okay, then there is also the queue. If I want the key of my room, it's not easily available. I have to go there. There is some kind of inquiry. I have to show my identity, and left, right. There are so many things. Then I will get the key. So we thought that this process is very cumbersome because even I face this, my founders face this by traveling in India and abroad, and they face this issue. And so many companies, especially in European countries, startups were talking about it before 4 years back. Okay, so we also think that we have the strength of AI and blockchain. Why not we come up with your own solution? Then we developed the Satex. So what is this basically? We developed an application where you will be onboarded once. Once you will submit your PAN card, Aadhaar card, whatever it is, your documents, and we will validate it. So there are two kind of validations. First validations at the level of app, and second one is the background verification. Background validation. Suppose you have submitted your PhD degree from IISc Bangalore or from Harvard. So how do I know that this degree, this piece of paper is right or wrong? Okay, how will I know? So there is no way. Some universities provide the online verification, but 99.99% universities don't provide this facility. If I want to check whether you have the degree of JGU or Jindal University, so how will I check? So there is no direct procedure. So background verification is also important. So we do foreground and the background verification. You validate your identity, and if any organization wants our app and platform, then we customize it for that organization. Okay, so if any company takes our this platform, then no need to, then the person who is trying to on board, no, he or she need not to carry the heavy documents, certificates, and all these things all the time. So it will reduce the pressure at HR end as well as the headache of so many staff members will reduce, because what happens, HR has to check everything. Background verification is the responsibility of HR. Certificate verification is the responsibility of HR. So all these things has to be validated at their end. So we are reducing it. And this can be the big revolution, isn't it? This can be the big revolution. So this is the project number. And the last one is the SecureX. So what are we doing in this product? I talked about the secure onboarding while opening the bank account. I just gave one example. I talked about the validation of certificates, that is Certex, your mark sheets, your degree, your certificates, your research, paper, patents. Now the SecureX is the secure transaction using blockchain. I think everyone have heard about the Bitcoin and all these things. So we have developed the blockchain-based platforms where the transactions are secured enough, because you know that in blockchain security is high. There is one terminology called smart contract. So by using smart contract and by associating it with some other companion technologies, we developed it. And this product is also working well. But we have not. This product is in beta version currently. But our three products, 1, 2, 3, these are open in the market, and we are very happy. Okay, that we are very happy that our team is getting good response, because we directly don't interact with the end user, but our sales team, our marketing team interact with the end user, and they show us the consolidated emails. They show us the story. They show us the story about the happy customers. So it gives a very deep satisfaction that whatever we built, whatever we designed, now finally someone is using it in India or different part of the world, and he is satisfied with this application, with our application. Yes, we are earning also. We are not doing the philanthropy. It's not a philanthropy. We are not doing the social service, but we are charging for it. But At the same time, you can charge only if you have something to sell. If you have quality in your product, then only it will survive in the market. So, okay, from this point I started that. So what you learn from the session, I have also one PPT, but we are running out of time, and I also have few meetings because all of you know that because of pandemic, everything is online. Uh, so everything all the day, okay, I have meetings and all these things, coordination with teams left, right, there are so many things. But in next semester or in next semester or whenever I will get time, I will personally visit to your campus and will show our products, the live demonstration I may give, and I will share some other deep down concepts of artificial intelligence. And the lastly, what I want to share with all of you, that these things are important. What I am doing, okay, I am a different I am from different age group. Okay, I am in 30s and you are in different age group, or not in 30s. Not, it does not mean that I'm 39, I'm 30 years old. Okay, and so you are in different age group. So at your age group, start learning from open sources, just like do some MOOCs, do learn from, not collect the certificates. Okay, this thing will not work if you are cracking the courses, covering the courses from Udemy University, because you just want to show on Facebook or LinkedIn that I have 10 certificates, how many you have, and you want to create that kind of gravity, so it will not work. Quantity will not work. Remember this point. Okay. Quality, even you have 2 certificates, but you know whatever is there, and you honestly honestly passed all the exams, all the things, and it's work, because at the end your knowledge will remain with you. Okay, all fake things will wipe out very soon. Fake things will not live with you. They will wipe out very soon. They will die very soon. So learn all these things from internet, and after that try to get some good internship in any company. Okay, so in third year, fourth year, okay, you are integrated courses there. So try to find some internship. When you go to the industry, when you work there, so no book, no book, nothing can replace that experience. When you do something, then only you learn, you apply the knowledge. Okay, then only you will have some error, you will improve yourself. So this part is also important. Academia is also important, because you must have something, then only you can apply at some other end. So first point is listen to your all faculties, attend their lectures, grasp knowledge, because they have done PhDs and all these things. They have seen the world. So collect that knowledge, plus learn from YouTube, internet, everything is there. Okay, and develop and don't run behind the quality. Quantity of quality is fine. Quantity of quality is fine, but only quality, mere quality. Okay, only quality, only quantity will not work. So I've seen, I have, because I am taking interviews. Okay, so many interviews. I've taken so many interviews. I have I have done 50 book courses. But when I ask some basic questions, sir, I have forgot because long time back I did this. So what is the point? So do one thing, but don't just do it. Master it. Okay, remember this point also. If you are doing something, don't just do it, but master it. If you are mastering it, then you have very bright future. Even in IT industry, in the corporate world, you have very bright future, because there is no upper bound, there is no upper line. Upper line means there is no upper line of package. Okay, you can earn 10 lakh rupees per month, 20 lakh rupees. There is no limit. Okay, it depends where you want to reach. It depends how much you want from your life. You may be satisfied in 50,000 per month. Okay, depends. And I got opportunity to visit Mercedes Benz office. We have some project, and I visited there and I meet the India head of Mercedes Benz. So when I entered the office, in very bold line there was one statement written over there. And do you want to know what was the statement? We are never satisfied. We are never satisfied, and we like it that way. I feel inspired while entering in the office. I read that line 5 to 6 times. We are never satisfied, and we like it that way. And then I discussed this line with the country head. He said that that's why we are among the top, among the top manufacturers in automobile industry, because we have this in our mind. We are never satisfied and we like it that way. So don't feel satisfied, feel have gratitude for what you have, and be satisfied. Okay, be satisfied, otherwise all the time you will be unhappy, but always chase the impossible, because you are here in this, you are here to succeed, you are here in this. Remember, you have only single life. You either you can waste this life or you can do wonders. You have both the things are in your hand. You can be ordinary, very ordinary, and you can be special. You can leave your footprints. Okay, it depends upon you. So with this positive notion, I close my talk. If you have any question, that then you can ask. Professor Sandeep, over to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Ankur. It was nice talk delivered by you. I hope that the students might be benefited by your thought, your stories, and the way industry is working, and the potentials in which the artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence is now gaining acceptance in wide range of applications, starting from supply chain, logistics to biological computing, and many more. So I guess that students will start exploring these areas as well, and how the management and how the artificial intelligence and management can be interrelated. Probably they will start thinking from this perspective as well. So, students, do you have any questions to ask to Dr. Ankur?
Sir?
Yes.
So, in different countries, there are different economic policies, taxation policies, and privacy laws. So, how does it affect the work?
So okay, so basically, I'm not the right person to answer this question, because basically we have the legal team. So generally, what happens in the corporate culture, for every small domain we have separate team. So you are correct that in UK we have different taxation policy, we have different kind of rules and regulations. In India, we have different kind of rules and regulation, but it directly don't affect the technical part. It don't affect the part what I am actively doing. That's the coding development and all these things. But yeah, one point is coming to my mind about the facial recognition. In one country, we developed the product and delivered the product. In one country, they banned our product because their policies were not allowing the facial recognition. Then we have to remove our product, or because we asked the legal team, but our legal team could not do much. So we have to basically wipe out or remove our product from that country timeline, or from that country repo. So, but I cannot answer your question directly because our legal team is there. Okay, our legal team is there who is handling this issue. Any other question?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine.
Any other questions, friends?
So when
No,
we
sir.
talk about the firms in artificial intelligence and these emerging technologies like robotics, machine learning, the competition has strengthened quite a lot since some years, and more and more firms are emerging in this market, and new technologies are being developed every day. I mean, So, amongst so much competition, amongst this hyper competition, how do you ensure that you are able to take or grab a hold in the market? Because there are
Mhm.
so many firms competing for the same share, right?
Okay, okay, correct. You're so you asked a very good question. So how will any startup or company will survive in the market, because so many companies are coming and so many startups are coming in AI space. If I type it on Google AI companies in Gurgaon, I will find around 50 to 60 companies in Gurgaon only, from startups to big companies.
Right.
So yeah. So the point is that I told in the beginning, if you want to survive in the market, then you need great idea, leadership team with big mission and vision, and third point is the team members. So as if I take the example of my company, as I already told, we have very strong products, because our idea, I am not saying that our idea is unique, but we are trying to make it unique by introducing blockchain, AI, or combo pack, by combining both these things. Okay, second level is our ideas is strong, our reach is strong, our hold is strong, because our founders have the experience, global experience, so they can promote this product in different countries. Our market is, we are not dependent on Indian market. Okay, so we can promote it in different countries. And third point is that our team strength, our selection process is very, very critical, so we take the best out of best candidate. Okay, so that's why if everything is extraordinary, then you will survive in the market. Okay, and remember one point: if you have the right passion, if you have right passion, and if you are doing things because you have actual interest and you have the dream, because founders have dream that they want to make it 100x. Okay, or the developers have dream, they want to do something great in terms of technology. So if extraordinary team is there as a combination, then survival becomes secondary. You will survive, you will do, certainly you will find something. Okay, so that's how companies work. Startups work basically because big companies have, there are so many threats in big companies. I hope I answer your question.
Yes, sir, you answered my question, right? With this question, I got one more question in this mind. That is it necessary that when someone is starting up or starting a new enterprise, is it necessary that that person, suppose I'll explain this with a realistic example. Suppose one person wants to start a company, and suppose he wants to create a company like Zoom. He saw that he or she saw that there's scope for video conferencing these days. So let's develop a video conferencing solution, video conferencing platform, right? But uh, is it necessary that person is conversant with all the programming, coding, software development? Because when we see ourselves, we are management people, or we know how to manage, but we aren't quite conversant with technology, how technology works. We might know how what something is, but we don't know deep about that. We don't know about deep things that lie in that technology. So I mean, is it necessary that a person who is starting up knows the everything from start to end about a particular thing?
No, no, no. It's not necessary. Just take the example of your university. Okay, the founder of the university don't know about all the subjects. The founder of the university, of any
Right,
university,
right.
or don't know about the subject. If you will ask one equation of economics or one formula of economics, he will say, sorry, I don't know. But he hired the professors who have the expertise. So the businessman, okay, there are three things. First step is the normal employee who works for the company. Second level is the founders or businessman who is running the company. Okay, CEO type of person who is raising the fund. Third category is investors. So who is most intelligent? Investor. Employee is doing effort 9 to 5 and getting the money, and he knows so many things. That's why he is surviving. Na? He is providing the knowledge. He is doing the coding. He knows maximum things. Employee has the maximum knowledge, technical knowledge or non-technical knowledge, whatever it is. Founder,
Right.
second level is founder. He don't know about the technology. He don't know about the HR. He don't know about the recruitment process. But he know how to manage all these things. He know how to raise the fund from investor. So you are at the right place. You can manage the tech skills, and investor is at the top. He has the money from some sources, or by doing business for 10 years, he has the money. He just put the money in some startup or some companies where he can estimate the profit. Suppose I know that Uber is working fine, so I will put my $10 million there if I have the money. Then I know that in 5 years it will be 100 million. Okay, so you are at the right place, you are at second level. So, but how, the question is how to attain that kind of expertise. How will you know, how will you define the problem statement of your product? How will you create the team? How will you find the expertise? How will you do the feasibility analysis of your product idea? Everyone, every day, if I'm sitting in the room with some slow music, I will get 10 to 15 ideas, and you will also get in the hostel room or PG room, wherever you are, you will get 50 to 60 ideas. But which idea is good? Will it work or not? So feasibility study is important. It comes with experience, it comes with awareness, it comes with study. So if after studying the literature, after studying the market, after studying the different reports of Gartner, etc., if you came up to, if you land up to some points or some ideas, so that may work also. But entrepreneurship is not easy, but it's very exciting. It's full of excitement, entrepreneurship, because you whatever you do for yourself, and you grow, and basically you create employment. Okay, you are creating the employment, and on the other side, if you are doing a job, so that's a totally different thing. We can't compare. Basically, entrepreneurship is totally different, and we need entrepreneurs. Okay, country need entrepreneurs.
Right,
Any other?
right. So yeah, so the essence is that you need to have your entrepreneurial skills, and technical guy need to has his technical skills, and
Yeah.
then both combined can together
Yeah,
make
yeah,
things work.
but suppose you want to open a company. Okay, so you need one friend who is from technical background at the CTO level. So you can be the CEO, Chief Operating Officer. You need someone CTO, because you cannot just the technical guy. If I say that I know AI, how do you know I know AI or not? In interview, I can speak so many things. Even I can speak on blockchain. I will
Right,
convince you.
right.
I will convince you I know blockchain. But if I say write this program, sorry sir, I don't know this. So you will be the COO, Chief Operating Officer. You need one COO, CTO, Chief Technical Officer, and there is the need of CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. So three guys are important: one for technical, one for operations, and one for marketing.
Right. Sir, but starting up a business, having, people don't have quite a lot of money during those days. And if someone wants to hire a technical person, obviously technical guys are expensive these days because of their high requirements, high demands. How can such a person then, afford to get people conversant in some skill, because they require a good amount of salary? I mean, why would someone work with you unless you don't provide them with I mean, they would be having an opportunity lost then.
Yeah, so there are two things, because now the question after question, but it's good. It's good that you have the query. Okay, you have the questions. Questions are very important. The point is that there are two levels. The first level is where you are. You are a student. Okay. The second level is where I am. I have 8 years of experience. I am in this space for last 8 years, or someone maybe in this space for 20 years. So I have some kind of backup. I have money. I can invest. Okay. And I know few persons. They also know me. They know my strength. I know their strength. So we can form one group. We will take 1 year holiday from our. We will take 1 year gap. Okay, we will leave our job. We will start, because we know each other. We know that we are experts. We can do it. One person will be CTO. I can be the CTO. Other person can be the CEO. One person can be the CMO. We three can start, and we can bootstrap. If I have 1 CR in my hand, so I can put 50. 50 lakh rupees, 50, 50, 50, 1.5 CR, we can start. Okay, so we can, we have experience also, so there are chances that we can succeed. Okay, because we have to give 24/7 to our business. If I am doing by sidewise, if I am doing 9 to 5 job, and after taking the dinner, I am just 15 minutes, I am looking on something, then I can't achieve. Or Saturday, Sunday, if I am doing, then it will take too much time. Either I will fail or it will take too much time. But at your level, it's very easy because you are a student. So you can find likely-minded person in your campus. Okay, but in your campus, there may, or if someone is not present in your campus, then in your school time you can find some friend from school days who is in technical domain. Or in college, you can find 2 to 3 friends, and you can form group, and you can start work. You can start work. Okay, so think what you want to do actually. What is the domain actually? Either you want to do ad tech, or you want to work in emerging technology. What is the problem? Depends upon the problem. Okay. I just want to tell you the story of one student of IIT Bombay. YouTube, he is very active. Kalpit Virwal. I don't know whether you know it or not. Kalpit Virwal, IIT Bombay, third year student. His business is, his company name is Acad Boost. Recently, he launched this company because he is in my connections on LinkedIn. So he started the company Acad Boost. So in second year, he started his YouTube channel, and he used to write on Quora. And in YouTube, he got so many subscribers because he was from IIT, and he was just teaching how to live life and how to crack the IIT. And on the top of that, he created the company, and he's selling the courses. And he collected 3 to 4 students, or 5 to 6 students from the group, prepared the online courses, and now they are selling on, and they are getting good money. Or now they have the team of around 18 to 20 students because he shared on LinkedIn. So he started like that. So stories are different. You have to find your own way. Is it
Right.
making sense?
Got it.
Is it making...
Yeah, it made a lot of sense actually.
Okay.
It was quite insightful actually. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions, students, participants?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's
Okay.
conclude today's lecture over here, and we thank Professor Dr. Ankur to be part of our guest lecture series, and we hope that Dr. Ankur will be in touch with us. Also, I would like to share information that if somebody wants to do some internship, or let's say summer internship or winter internship, Dr. Ankur can provide 1 or 2 opportunities, provided you show your genuineness to do the work in this artificial intelligence or blockchain, or to do something in this domain.
Sure, Dr. Sandeep. You can send their resumes. Okay, if you find someone good, then definitely I will discuss with CEO, and we can give them internships. Okay, so we have to think about marketing team. I will discuss with the marketing team, or some teams that is in the same domain, so they will help. And at the end, I just want to thank you, Dr. Sandeep, okay, for inviting me. Okay, so students, let me share one more point. Dr. Sandeep is my old friend. In masters, we did masters together from GB Pant University, and he is very hardworking, and he inspired me a lot. His dedication, his patience is remarkable, and all of you are lucky that you have such professors in your campus. And with this note, I want to say take care, stay motivated, and do wonders. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Ankur.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So students, if you need, if you want to do some internship in this company or in this domain, please let me know. Okay.
Sir, so these internships would be in what fields?
So